Good day, everyone. It is the 13th day of the 4th month in the year 2026, so they tell us. It's 10 past 7 British summertime as I record this. I'm Bazzzilll, broadcasting Truth and Therapy on my channel, The Talking Stick, or Truth and Spirit elsewhere. I post on Bitchute, 2 channels, on Odyssey, on Rumble, on Brighteon, and on YouTube. And I post to try and empower, enlighten, and enable my fellow man. It's not worth talking to human beings. Not really, because you don't get any sense out of them. I'm going to reflect on current states and look at that first meme at the top. I was sitting outside about half hour ago or so, and those very thoughts were going through my head. And I come in, and that comment was placed on a reel regarding the war. And I thought, bloody hell. That's spooky, that's resonating. That's how the universe works for me. Because I am, to all intents and purposes, transcended the human state of mind to man's state of consciousness. And that's what I try to empower you to do in this my channel. The title of this upload will be like Karl Lentz, a man. And if you've never heard the Karl Lentz story, Karl-Lentz, then please go and look it up. He had a child taken from him directly after the birth in the hospital, from his wife, his partner, and he went and spent an awful lot of money going through loads of legal processes, court appearances to try and get his child back, and eventually represented by all different attorneys, lawyers, this, that, and the other. And eventually, after losing yet again, the lawyer attorney outside said, "You'll never get your child back till you're a man." Till you're a man. Karl Lentz thought to himself, what's he on about? Of course I'm a man. But he had to learn what it was to be a man. And when he did, he went back to court, represented himself, and got the child back. Look up the story. Brian Gerrish interviewed him years ago. So look there, but you'll find it on YouTube, wherever. Look up the Karl Lentz story. And that's the problem with the world. That's the problem with the world, my fellow man. The human beings that are listening to this. What's going on in Ireland at the moment? You know, it's human beings rising up. That's all it is. It's human beings rising up. I've yet to see evidence of man rising up. And when you understand that, everything changes. Everything changes. You know, you should know, that in the Bible, the term human being is not mentioned. It's man. They've taken you as man and made you a human being. And when you understand that, seek to understand it, it makes a profound difference to the self, and so you can project that and take that outside of you. I've said many, many times before on my channel, you go into their courts, you're pleading with them. You go onto a demonstration, you're appealing to them. You sign a petition, you're begging them, and you use their money, and you're in debt to them. think about what I'm trying to tell you and say to you, because my premise is simply to help you. I have been enamoured by what's going on in Iran and how they are standing up to the Zionists, whether it be from Israel or America. They're all part of the same cloth, AIPAC and whatever. But they're just terms and phrases. It's the mindset behind them that one has to focus on and seek to understand, and one can only do that if one is consciously awake and aware or awakening. And only a man or woman can do that. Humans cannot do it. You've got to transcend that, transcend the mind, to see things as they truly are and not as you're programmed to believe they are, because humans are programmed. And the thing about what makes the program work so well is humans have an ego, have this ego, and they think that their interpretation, their perception of the programming, and they see a way out of the program from within the program, and they're arrogant enough to think that they can defeat the program. You can't. You cannot. You never will. Buckminster Fuller said, create a new reality that makes the existing reality obsolete. And that's what you've got to do. Because if you don't, they just keep creating new realities for you, new things to focus on, new things to subjugate yourself to or for, whether it be sports, politics, whatever. You're dead. You're dead to the world if you're a human, because you're a corporation, a corpse, and you're dead to the world. You've got to go through what Karl Lentz went through and realise the real lies, that he wasn't a man, he was a human, and he had to become a man in order to claim back his intellectual property, which was his child. Please, 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 look up the story of Karl Lentz. One of the most important things I've ever studied in the last 40 years. I've studied much. Many of you are just coming on to this journey of discovering the truth, but you're still in this mindset of you're a human, and so you're dominated by your ego, thinking you can bring this down. You can't bring it down. This reality that you live in, you cannot bring it down. It is controlled and has been for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. What you can do is become a man, transcend the mind, transcend the spiritual aspect of self, and become consciously aware. And then you will become a man, consciously aware of what you see and perceiving and what controls you. And then you can cast off the chains of that control. And the only thing you will ever have to fear in doing this is fear itself. the fear that you've lived your life as a lie, and facing that, transcending that, having the humility to see how you've been lied to, programmed, manipulated, controlled. If you don't, this will continue. It will always continue. When I look at history as it was and not as they told us, there was, in the not too distant past, a utopian world where free energy was all around, where people harnessed that free energy to keep warm, to grow food more abundantly with electroculture and stuff like that. All of it has been expunged. And if you do it, if you take a plant from the land to heal yourself, you're mocked and ridiculed and this, that and the other. It is all there. Money was invented to put a price on your freedom. Money was invented to control every aspect of you, your energy, your frequency and vibration. And until you can transcend this desire for money so you can have a better standing in their reality, nothing will ever change. No war will ever change it unless that war is fought against all those that control you as a human being so you can become a man. No war will make any difference because it's the same puppet masters controlling the narrative on both sides. And until you can man up like Karl Lentz did and see that, you'll be like that on the right, where really you should be like that on the left. That's all I've got to say, really, people. That's all I've got to say. Stop chasing money and chase freedom. And then you will make a difference to you individually, and we will make a difference to the collective. If this resonates with you, share the message. Don't share me, share the message. All my contact details are below. Feel free to engage with me. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mitakwe oyasin. We are all related. We are all relatives. And I tell you again and again and again, mankind is all connected. Human beings ain't. Mankind is.